cold. I'm having a bit of a rough start. The kids, well, my baby kept me up from about 3 a.m. She's coughing. I mean, she's getting over a cold, so, you know. But, yeah, so then I got up this morning and there was no milk, so I couldn't have my coffee. Oh. And it's like nice and clear, but the sun's sort of hiding behind this patch of cloud and it's just really sort of pale, watery light. It's not heating up at all. Anyway, I have a big to-do list today. Hoping to get most of it done. I'm just about to make some homemade pumpkin soup, get it going in the slow cooker so we have a nice hot soup for dinner. I love this time of year for soup. My slow cooker is my best friend. This was given to us by one of hubby's workmates. It's a nice big homegrown Kent pumpkin, whole pumpkin. Sounds good, so hopefully it's good when I crack it open. Otherwise we'll be having something else for dinner, but I love pumpkin soup, so I'm really excited. That soup, I've edited a video, I put Bob down for her first nap, and I'm just about to go make some breakfast, but like, what the crap? I have like this huge, like, swollen lump on my chin. Like, what the crap? It's so weird, it's really sore. It's so swollen, how odd. Nothing bit me, I don't think. It's like really hot, maybe it's an allergic reaction, but like all I've had this morning is a cup of tea, which I've drunk tea a million times in my life. Don't have a dairy issue. Weird. It's itchy though, so I think it must be allergic. So I just sat down to do my plan with me, and I did like 4 lines of brush lettering, and it stuck. So it went from like normal afternoon to almost dark. Oh no, it doesn't look it. But it's really dim in the house all of a sudden. It's 3 o'clock. I don't know where the light went all of a sudden in winter, I suppose. I've got to get in the habit of planning a bit earlier because I just lose the light, and I hate using my light. It's just really artificial and like glares off any sort of even semi-shiny surface. So as you can see, my kitchen is a mess and I have a pile of laundry up there that needs folding, so I guess I'm going to do that instead. Exciting life I lead over here. On another note, my teeth are really hurting. It's so sore. I'm really not enjoying these trays at all. My teeth are nice and straight though. Oh, so sore. So I think I'm going to have a couple of Advil just to take the edge off, because I'm struggling really hard. Like, I tried to have some toast and scrambled eggs this morning and I couldn't even bite into the toast. My teeth are so sore.
My coffee is cold, which means it's time to get up and do the kindy run. Running really late again, as usual. I just didn't want to this morning. Got out of bed and I was really sound asleep. I didn't want to get up. Kids woke me up, of course. It's like 8:30 now, which means if I want to get the kids, well, if I want to get the kid to school by 9, I'm going to have to hustle hard, and I'm not in the mood to hustle. My hair is at that really annoying stage where it's too long to really be manageable when it's down. And I still have this stupid short bit when it's up that I have to pin out of the way. Plus I can't do a proper messy bun. This is what I get. I get all these little end bits coming out because it's still a bit too short really. But if I leave it down, it's just stupid. Like what? I think I need a haircut. I have really thick hair, so like I have a ton, probably doesn't look it, but I have a ton of hair. Like I just have too much hair. I am working. I'm trying to get some work done. I've been at it for a couple of hours now. Don't mind all the crap behind me. Like I said, we're emptying out our office. So that's what all that is. I'm in the front room right now and it's just all sort of chilling. So I am not doing too badly. Kind of would have liked to have got more done today. I got a lot done around the house. I've just been the stuff around the house took longer than I thought it was going to, so I am getting a later start on, I got a later start on orders than I thought I would. And I had my laminator screwed up a couple of things I was making, as it tends to do. So, even though I have a really expensive laminator, fairly happy. My alarm is about to go off for sort of getting ready to go to my son's like kindy info night, and I'm sort of tossing up between whether to keep working for 20 more minutes and look a mess or stop and look somewhat reasonable. Violet is down for a nap. She's had a nappy change and I dressed her nicely and everything ready to go, so all I have to do is pull her out of bed and go. Just waiting for my laminator to switch over heat levels. Hurry up, faster. There's no hurry on these orders. They're only a few days old, but doing really well with my shipping times at the moment. They're right around like a few days. They're under a week at the moment, which is really good for me. Not officially. Officially, they're still at 3 to 4 weeks because I have kids and another job and uni usually. So, you know, in case things go really toes up, I like to have a really nice big cushion. And sometimes I do need that whole time period, but at the moment I'm under a week. Well and truly in most cases, so I'm really hoping to keep it that way, especially as I do have a sale coming up on the weekend on Saturday, so hopefully I get a bunch of orders, but I don't want to be running behind on those, so I'm at least going to laminate these ones that I have sitting here. Yay! Thank you, finally! And hopefully none of these decide to go pear-shaped. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so that is it's at 5:30, but I'm going to get there for sort of 5ish and spend a bit of time with my son, because I've left him there all day and then we're going to stay there sort of a lot later than he's used to. And I'll take him some snacks and things because he'll be hungry. Hubby's going to get home around 7:30, so hopefully I'll be back. I don't know how long it's going to be for, but hopefully I'll be back with enough time to have dinner ready so we can all eat dinner together. I think I'm just going to do pies tonight. No, I'm not. I'm going to do slow cooked meat. So, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will do pies, because that's going to take a little while in the oven. Oh, maybe it only takes half an hour. I don't know. I think I'll see what time it is when I get home and sort of plan my meal accordingly. But we've kind of got like a beef bourguignon thing from Woolies. It's like a pre-made thing. You just put it in the oven. And I was just going to do that with some mashed potato, just frozen mash, because again, I'm lazy. And some steamed veggies. So hopefully I have time to make that, because that looks really good. Printing my July insert. Makes it so much easier having a double-sided printer. Perfect. Yay. I am going to do a tutorial video on how I print my printable inserts, but I won't be doing that until my office is finished, because I'm out here in this mess of a living room. What is supposed to be a living room, but isn't currently. And mine always come out really nice. So I have asked if you guys would like to see a tutorial on how I do my printables. And quite a few of you said you would like to see that, so I'm going to do it. Like I said, I'm going to wait until I'm in my new office, so it's just a bit easier. I don't have so much mess all over the place. I have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. I had a cold, I feel like, for weeks, and just this cough has come on the last few days, and it's absolutely disgusting. So I do apologise if I sound all croaky and horrible. So my little man is at school. The kindy night went about as expected. It was a complete waste of time. Nothing I couldn't have got off their website or didn't know already. But, oh well, I went and put my face in there, made the appearance. Looked like a half decent parent, so that's the main thing, I suppose. But I am a bit annoyed that I had to drag the baby out at dinner time and, you know, keep my son at daycare way later than I usually would. But whatever. And today was Friday day, so I showed up this morning and I couldn't get a park. I mean, it's a tiny centre. There's only 6 car parks there anyway, and there's usually a couple of staff in them. You know, I've got the baby, so it's a bit painful. So I had to park on the street and put her in like the baby carrier, like backpack, and walk up from the street. And it was raining. I mean, it wasn't raining at the time, but the ground was all wet, and I'm always worried that I'm going to slip and fall when I have her on my back in the baby carrier. It's just a bit of a phobia, I suppose. But anyway, I got him all dropped off. I'm not ordering photos this year because we literally just had some beautiful photos taken. My mother-in-law is a photographer and she does really gorgeous photos of the kids all the time, so it seems a bit of a waste to spend $40 on one photo when I can get them for free and they're better. Plus, I got there this morning and they're using exactly the same background that they were using last year. So it's going to be like the exact same photo anyway. If they're good photographers, they always get a good photo of my son. Mind you, he just sits there and smiles and takes a great photo, so it's not like it's hard. Today, my plan is to get all my orders finished. I just have a little bit of laminating to do this morning, but most of my laminating is finished. I just want to say really quickly too, I love when people order my TN size dashboard, because if I make an oops, like I have just done, not through any fault of my own, but because my laminator decided to put a weird dimple in it, I just put it in my stash because I don't like taking my dashboards out every single time I set up a new TN. I like a set of dashboards for each TN I have, but I also don't like taking time out to make my own dashboards because I spend so much time making them for my shop and they're not exactly quick to make. I mean, I make them quicker than most only because I've made hundreds of them, but they're still, you know, pretty time consuming. I have to cut them all out and then I have to laminate them all, which takes ages. Then I have to measure them all and then I have to cut them all. And you know, it's pretty time consuming. It's not a quick process. But if I'm making them anyway and I've made an oops and I'm halfway through making it, then half finished dashboard for me. So that's awesome. And honestly, my oops are like a little mark or a little dimple where my laminator has gone sort of funny. Like they're still perfectly usable. I just don't think they're not perfect, so I'm not going to sell them. I do sometimes sell my my off stash boards in my Etsy store. Sometimes I've kind of stopped doing it just because the good ones are pretty cheap anyway, like compared to others that are out there, and considering how long they take to make. And by the time I reduce them down for like to what I would be willing to sell an off stash board for, it's like, and then all the fees that come off the top, it's barely worth it. Like, worth the time for me to spend packing it up and shipping it off, printing out all the shipping labels. It's just not worth it, so they just go in the bin, really. Hey guys, it's a little bit later. I have finished. I'm just getting ready to put together my little freebie hand lettered name labels. If you didn't know, every one of my orders comes with a free hand lettered name label. You can also buy these in the shop individually, pretty cheap, and these are all done by hand with brush pens by me, all out of my own little head, and lots of love goes into them. So every single order gets one of these, and then if you spend over $10, there's extra little freebies. So I'm all finished. I just need to do that, and I just want to say quickly how cute are these little pocket rings. Like, you can barely see them. There you go. Little pocket ring stash boards. They're so cute and little. Like, that's my hand. They're smaller than my hand. These are so popular at the moment. Is everyone using pocket rings? And that is just from like 2 orders. So, and I get orders for these every single week. They're super, super popular. So yay, light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna actually have some time to put my tea in together.
In honor of Washi Wednesday, check out this super cute little washi house I bought from Bunnings last time we were there. It's just raw wood at the moment. I am going to paint it. It's really cute. It fits 3 rolls perfectly in each little box. And there's 16 of the little boxes, and then the little bit up the top which will fit even more. So this is where I'm going to house my Simply Gilded collection. At the moment I have 5 rolls. There's 4 in there. One's in my pencil pouch because I'm using it sweet. But I do have pre-sales coming, and I have subscribed to the monthly sub box, so I will definitely have more as the months go past, which is very exciting. I'm thinking about jumping on the next pre-sale too, which I probably shouldn't do because I don't really have the money, but oh well, life's too short. We have a stage 4 clinger. I'm hungry, it's lunchtime, she's got to be hungry. But she will not let me put her down. Every time I try, she puts her arms around my neck and cries. I don't know if I can get it on camera. Okay, Bubba, time to go down. Oh, she loves me. So, any ideas on how I'm going to make lunch with this little Klingon? I don't know. She's cute. Yay, distraction. I better be quick now. Morning. It's Thursday. Just woken up. I'm still a bit croaky. I was coughing all night. Had the most shocking night's sleep. Twice and had the most shocking night's sleep. So I've just, well, you can hear my voice. I've just been coughing all night. I felt like I couldn't breathe. So yesterday I got all my orders done. I couldn't set up my TN. I sat down to film and it was so dark at 3 o'clock already that it was way too dark to film. I played around with some designs on my shelf instead. And now I got an order last night and I've got the stock made. So I'm just going to print the packing slip and pack it and send it today. Next day shipping, go me. Yeah, Ty got home earlier than I was expecting him to, so we went and picked Corinne up from school and went to Bunnings. Not to buy anything, just to have a look at the bench tops we want for our office. Just have a look at a few that we're deciding between. Yeah, and then we got kebabs for dinner. Very healthy, but it was pretty late by the time we got home, so. Yeah, so this morning we're going to head to Ikea. Again, we're not going to buy anything, but we want to have a look at the storage for our office and probably make a list, decide what we're going to buy, and then when we are going to buy on the day we can just walk in there and pick it up.
Plus I'm pretty keen on a $3 breakfast. So yeah, so I'm gonna have my coffee. I'm probably gonna tidy up a bit because I didn't do any yesterday. I didn't even do the dishes. It was pretty bad. Coffee break. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that this morning. I'm gonna have to leave. Oh, there goes my voice. Leave in about an hour, so I'm going to try and get all that done and get somewhat ready. I washed my hair last night, so it's all puffy. I'll have to straighten it. Yeah, that's the plan. Friday today, lunchtime. We actually managed to leave Ikea yesterday without buying a single thing, which is a miracle. Then I worked on some of my new releases for a bit, but I ended up getting a really bad headache because I was coughing again like crazy all afternoon. So we just went to bed pretty early, and then I got up this morning and I've been working on new releases all morning again. But they're all done now and they're all uploaded and ready for the sale tomorrow. So hopefully those sell, because it's really disheartening when you work really hard on getting stuff up in time for a sale and then no one buys them. So, but I'm hopeful. I think they're pretty and I worked hard on them, so fingers crossed. Now we're all off to the dentist. So we have an appointment booked for the whole family, so it's just a check up and a clean and whatnot. And I'm very excited about it because I love having my teeth cleaned. Well, I don't like the process, but I love having clean teeth. I hate that feeling when you haven't had your teeth done for a while. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of the day. Probably try and work on the house or the shop, or I don't know. I still need to set up my TN. I still haven't done that. I haven't had time during the day when it's been bright enough to actually film. So I'm going to have a look at that probably this afternoon. There's some art I want to buy off Etsy that I want to use for it because I can't find any papers that I like, any physical papers, so I think I'm just going to buy some clip art and some digital papers. A little sneak peek of some of the dashboards I'm making. Very excited. So while I'm sitting here at my desk, I thought I may as well share some of the new releases I've made to go up for the sale tomorrow, which you guys will see in the shop by the time this goes up, well and truly. So these are the succulent die cut pack. So there's 6 in the pack. They're these really pretty watercolor succulents. I really love the colors I chose for this pack. I think they all complement each other really nicely. Then next I've started doing vellum. So I thought this would be really hard, but I've actually not had too many problems with printing and cutting and everything, so I thought I may as well release it. I've been making these myself for a little while, and I love vellum. It's so pretty and lovely to have in your planner. I love the sound and the feel of it, so I thought I may as well. So they're in all sizes. I've just made pocket size because I could get 2 on an A4 sheet easily, just making prototypes for the release. So this is the tea rose pattern, very pretty soft pink roses. And we have wild lavender. This is probably my favorite. I love lavender, and these wildflowers are so pretty. Then we have the bright peony, which is also one of my favorites. I love peonies. And then these are peonies as well, but they're like a softer, more like an open bloom. It's sort of like a really muted plum and rust. Really pretty for autumn. I've tried to do like a nice variation in color, and like I know people like different colors, so I'm probably gonna put in like a blue or something as well. These are just the first run to see how they go. If they don't sell well, I won't bother designing more, but at this point I'm pretty happy with this selection. So this is the red roses, and then the tropical leaves, which is pretty different. I was going to design a succulents one as well, but I did the die cuts already, so this one's just curling a little bit, but very pretty. I love those green, so I probably will do a succulents one again as well very shortly. Then moving on to the coffee collection. This one I'm kind of proud of because I did all the art for this myself. I had a big struggle getting this all to come out the right colors. The artwork itself wasn't hard, and like the printing and the cutting and everything wasn't hard. It was getting the colors to translate well from scanning, because I hand painted all these, scanning them in and printing out the right colors. They're all coming up bright orange, and I was getting so freaking frustrated with this. I can't even explain. But the color's pretty good now. So this is one of the die cuts. They're going to come as, my birthstone is a coffee bean, and unfortunately that's the only one I have printed out, because the rest I gave as swag to the last planner meetup, Brisbane planner meetup. But in the rest of the pack, you'll get a coffee cup like this, which will also be available individually, and then you get a couple of like the big coffee beans and like the coffee stain die cuts as well. So there's 5 in the pack all up, and then the 2 big ones are available singly as well. You'll have to exclude the glare from my light, maybe if that's better. So this is one of the dashboards that I'm offering, But First Coffee. So again, all hand painted by me artwork. You won't find this anywhere else. And this is a TN dashboard. This is an A6 size, and this is just a nice laminated dashboard, and they do have the cutouts like my sleeve dashboard, so they sit nicely in your strings, and I haven't like folded them shut or anything. I like my dashboards to sit sort of open, so I don't like keep my insert forced closed. I find that if you like crease the middle, it keeps your insert closed when you're trying to use it, and that really annoys me, so I just leave them like that. But if you want to fold these after you get them, you are more than welcome to do that. They're nice and sturdy. They're printed on really nice quality cardstock. It doesn't show through at all, so they are single-sided at this point. So if you order the ring bound, you'll get this first page design printed and laminated and then punched to fit your planner. And if you get the TN, you'll get the back side as well, and then all cut to fit and laminated. I just love this collection. I'm really happy with it. And then this one's kind of funny. I don't need an inspirational quote, I need coffee. And this design's slightly different. They look the same, but everything's just arranged a little bit differently. So even the back pages are a little bit different. Same artwork, but just rearranged a little bit, so it's not exactly the same. I just think this is so funny. And then for people who don't like quotes, I have just the blank one, the coffee lovers one. So that's got all the artwork on there. And if you order this in rings, you'll get this page. Default, if you want this page, just send me a message and ask, and I will do that for you quite happily. No problems at all. And then last but certainly not least, we have the coffee collection vellum. So it's exactly the same artwork, the coffee cups and the coffee beans on a vellum. And the vellums are all cut to fit your planner. So whatever TN size you want, or rings, I'll do it in rings and I'll punch it, cut it to size and punch it, whatever you would like. If you have a happy planner and you have a disc punch, feel free to order unpunched. Just send me a message. I will not punch it for you and you can punch it. I don't have a disc punch because I've never owned a disc planner and I probably never will. So I just don't really see the point in having one, and I don't really get enough requests for stuff from the shop to purchase one for the shop. But if you want to unpunch and have a go at it yourself, just hit me up. I'm more than happy to make you something. So this is the vellum. Even if you just want a sheet of this printed, do what you want with it. Any of the vellums really, I'm happy to do that. Just send me a message through Etsy. I'm really open to customs, so more than happy to do that. But I love this vellum, it's so cute. I'm so happy with this artwork. Like, you guys know I'm a little bit arty crafty. I wouldn't say I'm an artist. One of my besties, she is actually an artist. She's really talented and she's done a visual arts degree and everything. So like, that's an artist to me. I did art in high school and I've always done like arty crafty things, and I love drawing and painting and creating things, but I wouldn't say I'm, a talented artist or anything. But I'm really proud of these little like coffee artwork. It's just something I was painting with my watercolors and having a bit of fun with, and I really liked how they came out, and I thought, well, I have an Etsy store, why not try to incorporate some of my own art into my shop if I can. So I'm really hoping you guys like them too. I know any fellow shop owners who do their own artwork will know it's kind of like putting your baby out in the world, and I'm hoping that no one's mean about my artwork, but it's nothing groundbreaking or anything. But I really like how it came out, so I hope you guys like these new releases. Yeah, I worked really hard on these, trying to get them out in time. You guys know I've been swamped with uni, and then this sale came just after I haven't been off uni for very long, and I'll be going back on just shortly. So yeah, hubby's just gone off to do some groceries, pick up some things. I hope he brings back some junk food. Feeling really bad. Been so bad with my diet lately, it really needs an overhaul. But anyway, dentist went well. My teeth are all really healthy. You know, I floss every single day, probably twice a day most days. Brush my teeth like 3 times a day. Yeah, I was worried because I have the Invisalign and I have like the cement on my teeth that can make you prone to cavities. But no, they're all really healthy. My gums are all really healthy. No problems at all. So yay! She said I'd been doing a really good job keeping them clean around the cement and the aligners and everything. So that's awesome. I had to bribe Corin with the playground, and that was not fun. He was so good last year at the dentist, and this year he just did not want to cooperate. And I really didn't want to yell at him and punish him and make him frightened of the dentist for the rest of his life, because when I was his exact age, I was held down and forced to have a vaccination that I was terrified of, and I was screaming and crying, sobbing, and I was forcibly held down and stabbed with a needle, and I still am terrified of needles because of that. A scar for life. And I really didn't want to do that to him. I don't want him to be scared of the dentist. Like, it's so important to keep your teeth healthy. And yeah, so anyway, got there in the end, finally got him to submit to having his teeth looked at and cleaned. So yay, very happy. And Happy needs wisdom tooth out, so woo. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm trying to schedule that in, but well, I had to have all 4 of mine out surgically back when Corin was a baby. That was horrible. It was the worst pain, worst, but like labour, nothing compared to the pain of like I was out for the actual surgery, but the recovery, oh Lord, that was not a fun time. But I had really bad, like completely blind, impacted, impinging on the nerve, all 4 of them, horrible wisdom teeth. So his aren't that bad, thank God. So hopefully, and just 1, not all 4. Hopefully his won't be so bad. But yeah, I think that's enough of me rambling on for today. I'm going to sign off for today. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I don't know what we're doing. Probably just Renos cleaning. Yay! You guys, I've got to see this. These lazy things. Saturday morning. It's just sort of before lunchtime. This morning's been pretty crazy. It was the start of the Aussie Planner Collective sale today. It started at 9 AM and I'm a part of it this time, so it's pretty exciting. So obviously this morning was just a bit of a whirlwind of making sure code was working, Instagram posts, social media posts, answering a lot of messages and questions from people, so but yeah, I was planning on getting up and filming this morning. That didn't happen. I didn't have time. And then a concrete saw came up for sale down the coast, so we've headed down to pick that up. We've been and got that already. It's in the boot. And now we're at the park, a playground, while the boys are playing on the play equipment. We are just chilling in the car. Little miss just had a feed. So I've just got the door open and like the sun coming in, my feet up on the door, sitting in the sun. It's a beautiful day, so having a bit of a relax, which is nice because sale orders are coming in, so which is awesome, don't get me wrong, but going to mean a lot of work for me next week. Be very busy. So after this we are going to head to Officeworks. I need to get some more supplies for my shop, make sure I can fill all these orders. And I'm also going to go to Kaiser Craft because they're having an end of financial year sale also. Everything's half price. Well, all their stationery items are. I'm not sure about the rest, but I know I want quite a few of their sticker books and they're $5 each, half price. I'm not going past that. Probably a few other things too while I'm there because I may as well 50% off, right? Today's going to be a good day. I'd be after lunch by now. I've had a pretty busy morning. I had a big sleep in thanks to my lovely hubby. Have I mentioned how much I love that man? He got the kids up and did the morning routine and everything so I could sleep in, which was wonderful. Sale went really well yesterday. I'm super, super happy with how it went. My sales were really good. I had a couple of really big orders, which, I don't know, it kind of always blows me away when people put so much faith in me and my abilities to make something that they'll love enough to spend that much money on. It just blows me away. It makes me so happy. So I'm really, really pleased. I'm going to be crazy busy for the next couple of weeks getting this stuff ready and out though. So not mad about it at all, but yeah, it's going to be hectic. So this morning I got up, I edited most of my last week's Plan With Me. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to overhaul my editing processes before I go back to school because I don't know, they just take me so long to do Plan With Me for some reason, way longer than other videos. So yeah, I still have to finish that tonight to go up tomorrow. And then I did a bunch of cleaning. I did the dishes, I cleaned the kitchen, I cleaned the living room, I cleaned up the kids' toy room so I could vacuum in there, and then I vacuumed and mopped the whole house. Still have a lot of laundry to fold. Oh, I hate folding. It always seems to be the thing that just never gets done. And as soon as I finish it, it's ready to go again. So I'll put some laundry on too to wash. And then I had a shower. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I'm funny about cleaning. Like, I always feel icky after I've cleaned, especially if I'm doing like dishes or something kind of gross. That I always like to have a shower after if I can. I don't know, is that weird? I just always feel like gross and sweaty and just ugh. So always feel better if I have a shower. I've had my shower. My little girl did go down for a nap, but I think she's awake now. I've been hearing noises, but I don't like to go in there too early because she can be grumpy. Sometimes she'll go back to sleep, so until she starts yelling I will just see how she goes. Abby is banging away in the office doing the renos. I think we might pop in there and I'll show you what's happened. Okay, so all the skirting board has come off. We have lots of plaster going on. That hole is still up there, but that's getting fixed. You've stuck something in there already, haven't you?
Huh? What was that?
Have you stuck something in there already up there?
No. No.
Is that always like that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What else has happened in here?
Not a hell of a lot. Done some sanding.
Missing a PowerPoint?
No,
Oh.
it was,
Internet cable thingy?
Yeah.
Pulled all the nails out of the skirting board, and now sanding. Big mess, lots of noise, but I'm happy. It means things are getting done. Hello. Hey. Yeah. Are you playing in there? Are you? Mm. Yeah. Hello. Abu. Hello. You want to get it? Yeah.